When you think of Japan, you probably think of the bright lights, crowded streets, and businesses run by robots. This is the other side of Japan.
This is Nishinari, Japan's most dangerous neighborhood.
Located in the south end of Osaka, many foreigners call this a backpacker's paradise. Today we're looking at who lives here, the negatives and the positives of this neighborhood, and if you should stay here or even visit here. Nishinari in its modern form came to be in the early 1900s when the Sutenkaku Tower was built. The area slowly fell into disrepair and went through urban renewal after urban renewal. Today, it's home to the working class of Osaka.
You just don't see a lot of people walking around in suit and tie or nice dresses. It's definitely very much so a working class neighborhood.
And as with most working class neighborhoods, the amount of money coming in affects every aspect of life here in Nishinari. Let's start with the negatives.
See, in this entire district, it's just like downtown at Namba with all the covered streets, except here it's a little bit different. Many of the shops are completely closed down and empty, totally abandoned.
Along with the closed down shops and rough streets, there's also a certain amount of down on their luck people, demonstrated through the abundance of gambling halls, bars, and graffiti. To add to all this is the proximity to the red light district.
As we get closer and closer to the red light district, everything kind of just gets more and more run down, a little bit sketchier. Well, to be honest, guys, I was really struggling to film all that. So from some of the research that I've done, I found out that, brothels and things like that are actually kind of legal here. They function in a legal loophole, much the way gambling does, in that they sell you tea or coffee at an exorbitant price, and everything else that goes on with the waitress afterwards is a private affair, essentially.
Even though this area is rough around the edges, it definitely still has its positives. But before we move on to those, I must note the crime rate. In my eyes, it fits into neither a negative or a positive. Although the highest in Japan, it's still low compared to most places in the world.
Like, I've never felt unsafe or uncomfortable in this area whatsoever.
And the abundance of people and unlocked bikes should give you an idea of the severity of crime in Nishinari. Alright, time for the positives. The positives are easier to see and understand than the negatives.
People are singing karaoke with a beer on their lunch.
The experiences are authentic, food is good, and the prices are cheap.
Oh my god, things are a lot cheaper in this neck of the woods. Downtown, you can get a beer for like 600 yen. Here, we've seen some for about 400, which is an amazing deal.
This is the neighborhood where local people live, work, and spend their time. Restaurants survive on the merits of their food, not because of the hordes of unknowing tourists dropping tons of money here.
Wow, that's good. Nice and spicy. Made in like 2 minutes.
The nature of a working class neighborhood like this keeps prices low and tourists out. Back to the original question, should you stay or visit Nishinari? If you're in Osaka for a couple of days, there's so many great sights to see that unless you're the type of person that really loves the back streets, I'd avoid it. There's little to do in the area other than eat and drink at local establishments. On the other hand, if you have a week or more, I personally think Nishinari is worth checking out by day if you really want to feel like a local.
So I've been in Japan for about 2 weeks now, and I've been staying here in the Nishinari district the whole time, and to be honest, I had no idea that it was even considered a dangerous area until I met a couple of other foreigners at a local ramen shop who explained to me that this is considered the most dangerous area in Japan. I've never felt unsafe or uncomfortable in this area whatsoever.
And to me, it is the backpacker's paradise. It's cheap, trains are extremely accessible, and it's a relatively safe area. If you do stay here though, I'd stay west of this train line as it's safer, cleaner, and quieter. Take some normal precautions and come to Nishinari. Travel's all about authentic experiences in foreign lands, and Nishinari accomplishes just that. It's an amazing place that has everything a traveler could hope for. It's real, a little scary, and possible to go. So, it should be seen. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking, subscribing, but until next time, we'll see ya.